Well, this is it. It all boils down to this, the grand finale. We're back at Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World to end 10 years of memories and adventures, to say goodbye and farewell forever to one of the wildest, weirdest rides ever built anywhere, much less at Walt Disney World. Today, we have got to say goodbye to an old friend. For years and years, the second most iconic ride in Animal Kingdom, Disney's Dinosaur. We are wrapping up our Walt Disney World trip. It is nearly at an end, and there's no way we could go home without saying goodbye for the last time ever to Dino Land, USA, and its signature premier attraction, Dinosaur the Ride. And I was here just a few days ago looking at what is left of Dino Land, USA, not to mention the last trip before they completely tore out the entrance and most of the rest of the land. And I'm not going to walk you through the entire history of Dino Land, USA or Dinosaur. Like I mentioned, we've got 10 years worth of adventures here at Walt Disney World and here in Animal Kingdom at the now basically lost forever Dino Land, USA, which is already fast transforming into the tropical Americas land that's going to replace it. 10 years worth of video adventures showing you Dino Land in its fully functioning condition, going into the backstory, exploring the nooks and crannies. So today's not really about that. Today is about our experience, our farewell, about one last visit to the two pieces of Dino Land, USA that are still open, and dear to our hearts, one last meal at Restaurantosaurus and one last ride on Dinosaur. And not even in that order. Look at this, there's so much construction going on at Walt Disney World with the closure of Rivers of America. They're rebuilding Big Thunder, replacing the entire track, reconstructing Dino Land, USA. So much is going on. There's a very good reason they're calling it Walt Disney World right now. And like I mentioned, I was just here the other day, right in this area over here, checking it out, checking out the difference and updating myself on Dino Land's condition. As I mentioned before, I'm looking forward to tropical America, looking forward to the new Indiana Jones ride. But after 10 years of eating over here and riding this wacky, weird, one-of-a-kind, no other ride like it attraction, I wanted to make sure that when I took my final ride, that I knew that's exactly what I was doing, and I was doing it on purpose. Oh, look at this! Dinosaur-themed Donald and Daisy taking a stroll to their photo ops. It's the last gasp of Donald's Dino Bash, Dino Land USA's longtime and final themed celebration, where they peppered in all these various duck-themed photo ops, including Scrooge. For a while they had Launchpad McQuack out here. Somewhere there's dinosaur-themed Chip and Dale. I feel like Donald's Dino Bash has been going on for quite a while, actually. But like Restaurantosaurus and Dinosaur itself, it is all now rapidly wrapping up. And come February 2026, when Dinosaur closes, I assume Restaurantosaurus will close as well, and both of them will join the rest of Dino Land USA in extinction behind these walls. Going back to 2015, I'm glad all those early Walt Disney World adventures on Randomland are caught on film, because you can go back and actually see my first impression of a Disney dinosaur-themed land. It always seemed so surreal, always blew my mind, never seemed to be like anything else I ever built. Not that I had experienced anyways. It totally threw me for a loop. Very different from Disneyland that I grew up with in California, and I know it was the same thing for Allie when I brought her here a year later in 2016. I mean, unless you were familiar with Disney World and Animal Kingdom, you were like, what in the heck is all of this? It's weird being here on such a crowded day during the holidays. Santa Claus is right over there under that awning taking photos, and the crowds are super, super thick as we approach Christmas. When over the years I got so accustomed to basically having the run of Animal Kingdom, it being usually much more empty than the other theme parks. And look at this, there it is, the Dino Institute, the home of our soon-to-be long-lost friend, Dinosaur the Ride, and its main antagonist. Look at that, the Carnotaurus. So basically, from the perspective of somebody who grew up in California, that ride back there was Disney World's version of the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland in California. Same ride vehicle system, same basic track layout, but of course it's dinosaur themed. Rather than looking for artifacts and hanging out with Indiana Jones, you're looking at dinosaurs and being chased by the Carnotaurus, the weird El Diablo looking evil dinosaur from the late Cretaceous. Well, at least according to the ride. And I gotta be honest with you, I had never heard of a Carnotaurus before, never heard of it in my life until I came to Walt Disney World, and even then, for years, I thought Disney had just invented it, right? I mean, the thing looks like Satan. Funny part is, unless I'm remembering it wrong, Carnotaurus is actually a dinosaur from South America, so so he belongs in the tropical America's land. But unfortunately, in just a couple of weeks, for the second time in his existence, he'll be going extinct. When you ride on Dinosaur, you're supposed to be looking for this other creature, this dinosaur over here, the iguanodon, the very dinosaur we ironically see sitting right out in front of the Dino Institute, right in front of the ride. And as the ride vehicles, the little time-traveling Jeeps drive in front of every other kind of dinosaur you can imagine, they're constantly saying, oh, that's not our dino, not our dino, not our dino. Of course, famously, when you see Carnotaurus in the ride, they go, definitely not our dino. But now, after all this time, especially since Iguanodon really only appears at the very end of the ride, you mostly see him on screens after you're debarking. Kind of feels like Carnotaurus was our dino after all, like he was the real star of the show. He's the one I'm gonna miss. I always forget about this guy. It is so weird to realize that very, very soon, all of this is going to look like this, and we're gonna be standing out here in this very spot preparing to board a new adventure with Indiana Jones. Dinosaur will be a thing of the past. All of our dinosaur friends will be long forgotten. I mean, as George Harrison said, all things must pass, right? All good things must come to an end, and that includes the weirdest thing of them all, Dinosaur. I'm not even sure I loved it the first time I rode it. I think I was more confused than anything. I think I might have hated it even a little bit. Like, what is this? This is no Indiana Jones. What in the world is this ride? But over the years, of course, riding it over and over and over again, and back in the day, aside from Expedition Everest, before they built Avatar Land, it was really the only other thrill attraction in this park, right? I just got sort of weirdly attached to it. The weirdness, the datedness, the like product of its timeness just became so much of the part of the fun. Like I said, coming from a California background, you're like, this isn't Jurassic. What is this? Do you remember your first impression of Dino Land USA?
Yeah.
And thinking it was weird.
I did think it was weird.
And then, of course, there's the infamous first ride you ever took on Dinosaur over here, which, by the way, when you see that Carnotaurus pop out at you at the end, takes your photo. Yeah. And we didn't prepare or spoil the ride for Allie in any way. So when it took her photo, her face was like, what in the world am I looking at? Unfortunately, like the last 15 times I've ridden Dinosaur, although you still have the flash from the cameras, the photo hasn't automatically gone to my Magic Band. So I guess I just have to treasure all of my old photos of the ride. Look at that. Just look at her face. Even I'm like, ugh. Dinosaur was just so weird to us when we first rode it, man. It took a while to wrap our heads around. Speaking of old photos, I used to bring cameras with me that were a little more adapted to the dark. So if you want better ride footage, go back to earlier episodes of Randomland. I only have what I have on me, but it doesn't matter. Today we are going inside. We are riding Dinosaur one last weird, freaky time. A ride that's so dark you can barely see what's going on. So jittery and so stoppy. Half the time you can't tell whether you're in pleasure or in pain. A ride that is so dated now it screams the 1990s at you the whole time you're inside. One deep breath. And this is it. Our final visit to the Dino Institute. I feel like the least understood and for years, the least loved piece of Walt Disney World. We're going inside the foyer. All these exhibits, like I mentioned earlier this year when we were here, are full of actual fossils and all kinds of stuff curated by the sort of museum staff, the museum-ish wing of Walt Disney World's collection. Like, look at this. They've got all kinds of dinosaur replicas, but also all kinds of actual fossils and mineral samples, prehistoric ducks on display and everything else. It feels so real, which is part of why it was so weird. You know, you come in here and you're like, where are we? Are we at a museum? Like, what's going on here? Like, look at this stuff over here. You would think it would just be replicas, but no, a lot of this stuff, like I said, is real. And I love this coming into the sort of central main hall of the Dino Institute. Obviously, the first thing you think of is Jurassic Park. They have this show in here where Bill Nye is talking to you about extinction events for dinosaurs, and this thing animates with like a little light coming down to simulate the asteroid or the comet or whatever it is hitting planet Earth and causing mass devastation, mass extinction. It was always fun standing in this line, listening to that. Look, there it goes. Extinction is coming. Bill Nye's talking up there very softly. Hard to hear him down here over the din of the crowds. We're surrounded by dinosaur fossils in these little windows that light up periodically, and all the strata over here. You can pretend to be a paleontologist. Yeah, look at this. All these shells are embedded in here and everything. You gonna miss the Dino Institute?
Yeah.
You've learned so much here. So much. Anyway, as you can see, our side of the line has no line. We're just lingering, just soaking it in one last time. Just spent a little while looking at the murals and taking our last few fun pics in here. And now we're off through the doors to that pre-show video featuring that one lady from The Cosby Show. And of course, the infamous Dr. Seeker, the guy that's sending us back in time, trying to get us to bring back an iguanodon.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marsh, director of the Dino Institute, and I hope you enjoyed those quaint exhibits in the old wing. Dino Institute has created the Time Rover.
Hello there. Welcome to our little trans-dimensional joyride, folks. I'm Dr. Seeker, your friendly controller, and a heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. Securely locked. Access denied.
You follow the homing signal to the iguanodon, then I'll enlarge the transport field, and boom, you're back with one additional passenger, extra large.
So strange, so surreal, so weird. Now we gotta go in here and board our Time Rover. It's weird that this ride was once sponsored by McDonald's. One of the best Disney World secrets forever is that some of the pipes up ahead have the chemical ingredients of ketchup, mustard, and I think mayo. I think we'll be seeing those in a minute, but for now, goodbye, Dr. Seeker's little weird video. We're off back to the late Cretaceous. Time to head back into the underground research facility. Like I told you, it's so dark in here, it's hard to see much of what's going on, even with the naked eye. So I don't know how much you'll see, but I'll give it my best shot. Are you getting nostalgic? Did you ever think the first time you rode it, you'd be nostalgic for Dinosaur? Like, of all things. Here we are, the final time. I know I keep saying stuff like that, but it's because I'm just saying what I'm thinking out loud. Time Rover's moving around underneath us. Look at this. I'm gonna miss the smell. I hope they have the same smell carried over to Indiana Jones. It's got that weird old school 1990s fog machine smell inside the underground research facility. Look at here's those ketchup, mustard, and mayo pipes. You'll see them, the white, red, and yellow. Of course, in the ride's theming, there's supposed to be some kind of time juice. I hear these banners, the future is in. And then on the back of this, it says, the past. Gonna head down to the time transport loading bay. But yeah, in some of these pipes, it's got the chemical ingredients for ketchup, mustard, and mayo, so we know what it really is. We know. There they are, look at that, the Time Rovers, just like the Jeeps at Indiana Jones. Sleep well. And the Temple of the Forbidden Eye in Anaheim. I love these things. I love that they have almost like an air hockey puck on the dashboard here. Whoa! Oh my gosh. It's all happening so fast. Slow it down. Slow down time. I need more time with dinosaurs. Oh, this is awesome. They have stuck us in row number 1 for our final journey.
We've got to get in, grab the iguanodon, and get out before that asteroid hits.
This is it. The final countdown to extinction. Oh, get ready, Allie. The time portal.
Okay, now let's go get that dino.
So dark.
What are you tracking?
Restaurantosaurus.
Not our dino.
See? Not our dino.
Warning, meteor shower in range.
Just little one.
Oleoramus.
I love that one. The choking dinosaur. The best dinosaur of them all.
Time to get serious. Locking autopilot on homing signal now.
So dark.
Hang on. I'm tracking a big dino
There
on
he
the
is.
scope. Could be ours.
Him.
Computer, full stop.
Yes.
Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino. Go, go, go!
I love how they stop in front of the dangerous dinosaur for like the longest time ever.
Slow and identify.
Sauropod.
Still not our dino, but at least this one's a vegetarian.
Oh, he's crazy.
Asteroid impact in 90 seconds.
We better move it.
Pterodactyl.
Incoming!
Asteroid impact in 60 seconds.
We can't stop now. Keep going, keep going.
Loss of traction.
So dark in here. I can't see anything.
Four-wheel drive.
Right next to us. There he is. Die.
Warning, meteor strike.
Evasive maneuver. That was close.
We're
Computer, now what?
Carnotaurus.
That's it. Abort mission. Abort. Abort.
But we can
Iguanodon.
Forget it. Get them out now.
Asteroid impact.
Brace yourself. This is it. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it.
Oh man.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, that was it.
You made it. I knew you would, and guess who made it back with you? I better find him before security goes. Thanks for everything.
I can't believe it, man. Our last ride on Dinosaur. I was just telling Allie a little while ago, I remember riding this the first, I don't know, dozen times. I'm thinking, why didn't they just build an Indiana Jones ride here? And now that they're doing it, I'm like, no, save this ride, save it forever. Like we were saying, I never thought I would get nostalgic for Dinosaur. Oh my gosh, dude, I can't believe it. That was it. Our final ride. The countdown to extinction has begun in earnest. That was it. Last time I was here, I did do a video inside Dinosaur. And of course, I lingered around the gift shop. We took a look at everything. But since we're here anyways, it's always taking another last look at this. Goodbye, Time Rovers. That's crazy. This is my last glimpse at a Time Rover down there below us, just peeking in here to the line one last time. Oh, okay. Then back out to the gift shop. It's so funny. I've been looking at this Dinosaur merch forever. Oh, there's a little after show there where you see the iguanodon roaming the halls of the Dino Institute. So it looks like our mission was successful. Here you have those banks of screens where they used to display your ride photo with the number. You used to have to take that number to the counter over here. They display your picture for you. This is where you could purchase like a print or later on a digital download. Like I just told you a little while ago, the last 15 times I've ridden this, our photo didn't automatically appear in our accounts. That's why I sent Allie up ahead. She just brought me over to the counter over here where they had me tap my magic band because they did have our photo on display. There's one lonely cast member here still manning the fort. So if you're coming to Dinosaur one last time before the ride goes completely extinct, make sure you head to the counter, tap your magic band, and make sure you get that sweet fun pic. All right, look at this. We got it. I look like a total dweeb holding my camera like that, but look at that. Allie's face in this picture doesn't look all that different from her face in the original picture 9 years ago. I guess some things never change. We're familiar with it now. We've ridden it a billion times in those 9 years, but it still weirds us out right to the last. Now look at this. Look at all this sick Dinosaur merch. A little remote control Time Rover, and then these weird old school foam dinosaurs. Allosaurus, I think, versus Alioramus versus Carnotaurus right here on this cool cardboard back. It's very like 1980s, 1990s. They've run out of most of the big foam Carnotauruses here, but they still have some cheesy old foam-filled dinosaurs. Still got your funky latex puppets and your little trigger squeezy dinosaurs over here. Plus a whole bunch of the merch that was scattered throughout Dino Land, USA in its latter days. I'm weirdly gonna miss the Dino Institute, man. I'm weirdly gonna miss this throwback to sort of the 1990s and that kind of weird Y2K aesthetic, you know what I mean? Funny, because we were looking at this merch for years and years. I was always like, should I buy some of this stuff? I don't know. It's kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but just a couple of days ago, Allie and I came in here and purchased one of each of the old school things, shipped it home, and then discovered they have some sort of countdown to extinction merchandise right here. Look at this Dinosaur reusable water bottle, the final closing days of Dinosaur shirt, and a matching hat over here. There's even a magnet with this same design. They were limiting it to 2 per guest, but I noticed now they've limited to 5 items per guest, so maybe they weren't selling like hotcakes the way they thought they were going to. Dinosaur still struggling to find its audience to the very end. I'm just stoked that we had time to come here and have one last ride. One last visit with Carnotaurus, who is not now, nor will he ever be, our dino. Not our dino forever. All right, that's it. No more Dino Institute, no more Iguanodon, and no more Carnotaurus. Definitely not our dino. Sad. What in the Cretaceous did he just say? Not their dino? I'll show them who's not their dino. Dinosaur may be going extinct, but Carnotaurus is forever! Oh, that was weird. Did you hear some screaming? People are screaming. Well, it doesn't surprise me. That's how upset everybody is. That's how much everyone in the world, everyone and their mother-in-law, is going to miss Dinosaur, the weirdest, wackiest, darkest, bumpiest, strangest ride Disney has ever built. Well, so far anyways. I feel like there's never going to be anything like this again, you know? They're always doing IP rides, and yes, I know they tried to tie it in with their weird CGI movie, Dinosaur, but you know what I mean? The Dino Institute, all that kind of original thinking that goes in to rides like this. I wish they would at least do like 2 IP rides, 1 original, like, you know, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, stuff like that, where it stays forever and becomes legendary in its own right, much the way Dinosaur did. That movie Dinosaur doesn't even count. Nobody on Earth remembers it. We love Dinosaur for dinosaurs' sake. All right, it's feels a little weird. It's gonna feel even weirder when we come back here. And this is all walled off, and even weirder when we come back here. And this is a giant South American temple without any giant dinosaur skeletons. But like I said, everything changes, and at least we got a chance to take one last ride. All right, where'd he go? Where is that punk? And that's not the only final thing we're doing today, because as much as I love Dinosaur, I gotta admit, as strange as this may sound, I have even more memories of, and I'm gonna be even more nostalgic for, what's right across the way. The good old Restaurantosaurus. And if you've watched any of my Walt Disney World trips in the past 10 years, then doubtless you've been inside of this place with me. It's time to take our final walk around the bend and head back to Restaurantosaurus. Oh, there it is. My favorite, well, the only place I really eat in Animal Kingdom. The much misunderstood, as we discussed in great detail the other day, Restaurantosaurus. Dude, this is what I'm sad is going away. Allie and I spent so much time in here together, and with London, I spent so much time in here by myself. When I met one of our good friends, Maddie, she worked in this place. She was doing DCP. Now she's a crazy costuming manager. So we literally got to watch her career grow from here. Not only do I have like Randomland memories here, you know, and just regular Disney World memories, friendship memories, dating memories, but family memories. We purposely decided that today would be our last meal over here. Allie and I were in the park the other day. We weren't filming or anything. We were just hanging out over here, and we decided, like, okay, we're gonna come back one more time. We want a specific last meal, a last supper, if you will, here inside of Restaurantosaurus together. And whenever I'm not feeling too ravenously hungry, and especially when I'm using mobile order, I always get the same thing, right? The gluten-free chicken tenders and fries, because they don't have them anywhere else. They don't have them in California. Anyway, a lot of times the mobile order doesn't have the adult one, and so I end up getting the kids version, the kids allergy-friendly chicken tenders and fries or whatever. And last time I was in here, it came with a little plastic cup, like a reusable plastic cup, but I couldn't carry it on me, so I'm getting the adult this time. Allie's getting the kids. I want to keep my Restaurantosaurus cup forever, and it's plastic, so I'll be able to. It's funny, they don't even give you plastic straws or lids on your drinks at Animal Kingdom, but they'll give me a whole plastic cup. I mean, I guess it is reusable, and I will, in fact, keep it as a treasured keepsake for all time. It's a good thing we came in here the other day, though, on a little adventure together, because look at this. This whole side is all cut off, closed for the evening. The last few diners are finishing up in there, but they've closed this section off. So if you want the full tour of Restaurantosaurus, just go back a couple of days and you'll see our last adventure here. Allie already came in ahead of me to place the order. And then we just wait on the side for quite a while because it's an allergy order and they do take their time, which I appreciate. And this is it, you know? There's no band playing, you know, like the Titanic is sinking or anything. There's no ceremony, no ribbons, no confetti dropping from the sky. Just one simple final order and then one last final meal. All right, I've got them. The gluten-free chicken tenders and fries that I love so much on the purple allergy-friendly tray. By the way, Restaurantosaurus was always awesome. It is one of the only places where they have cherry Coke over here at Walt Disney World. Oh, look at this, Allie got a place right in front of the mantle. Boy, the air conditioning's cold in here. Let's eat. Shout out to Chris Provost. Look at what I got, a bunch of salt here. I never get to eat fries or like chicken tenders or any fried food, so I love doing it at Disney World. It's like my only chance to get away with it, you know? I also try not to film myself eating food on camera, but for this final meal, I'll make an exception. Look. Nom nom. Look at this. Here's the free souvenir cup that they've been giving away with the kids' meals. Allie's actually breaking her thing. She's not supposed to eat fried food. She's making a little exception. She's gonna nibble at a little bit of the fried food just for this special occasion. I also like that Disney World still has regular Heinz barbecue sauce that you cannot buy in a bottle anywhere for some reason. Like, why don't they just sell it? They still make it. Sell it to me. There it is. my cup that I shall treasure forever. So weird, dude. You know, like I said, no confetti, no balloons, nobody's handing us a certificate or having a parade. Just a quiet last meal in here. We've just been looking around. I've been looking all over the place, looking up at the ceiling, looking up at the fossils, just soaking in the atmosphere one final time. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. All right. Allie's putting this stuff away in the most annoying trash cans ever. They started, by the way, in Restaurantosaurus at Animal Kingdom. Now they do this at Disneyland too, where they want you to sort all of your own trash because you're no longer a guest, you're an employee. Just peeking my head through all the curtains here. Looking into the Quonset hut one last time. One last look around the great dining hall over here. And that's it, man. Almost makes me sad. No, it does make me sad. No, almost about it. I'm never really at a loss for words. It's me, but I am almost like at a loss for words. I just can't believe it's not gonna be here. It's like strange, you know? It's like when your local Blockbuster went away. Like even when they told you it was closing and you went into it for the last time, made your last video rental or your purchase or whatever, you're like, nah, Blockbuster's a staple, it'll be here. Or Kmart, or Sears, you know, or Toys R Us. Don't get me started on Toys R Us, which is making a comeback, but I went into a Toys R Us in Canada, like, yay, I'm in a Toys R Us again, and it wasn't the same. I'm talking the last time you went in a Toys R Us, like in the 80s or the 90s. Anyway, this is it. My last step out of Restaurantosaurus and into the future. I'm really gonna miss that little flying pterodactyl. I hope wherever he ends up, he never stops flying. That was just so weird. I just turned to Allie right now and I said, wait a minute, that's the last time I'll ever go in there. Crazy. I mean, unless they keep Restaurantosaurus open even after they close Dinosaur, which is coming in February, but I doubt it. I doubt that very much. You know what? I don't think I've ever taken a picture right here at the IR Smart tag on the back of the little trailer, but I feel like I oughta. It is my motto after all. Fun pic. All right, that was it. Time to hit the road, literally. Maybe for the last time, because this area will probably be closed off too. Never thought of that. Say goodbye to these walls that I've now grown so accustomed to over the last couple weeks. And before we leave Animal Kingdom, I can't leave it like this, right? I gotta go out with a bang, not with a simpering whimper. So let's turn our backs on Dino Land, USA for one last time. One last farewell to this part of Walt Disney World. At least for the moment. Allie has already jetted out and left me behind. She's excited about the next thing. I'm just lingering. Okay, let's go. Goodbye, Dino Land, USA. You were fun. You were weird, but you were fun. All right, do like Elsa, Justin. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, shame, what a shame. Terrible. Well, I guess that's the only way you get the future. It's the only way. All right, gotta catch up with Allie now. Get over to Everest. All right, we're off to the best attraction here in Animal Kingdom, still to this day, Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain. Finally caught up to Allie. Those legs may be short, but they are quick. I may be from Anaheim, California, but I gotta tell you, there are few things I like more than a Himalayan expedition. So let's go for it. Let's go wash off the sadness. I mean, after all, I got a lightning lane, and I am going to use it. The power of lightning. Fast Pass should still be free, but I still enjoy it when I have one. I love the theming in here, dude. It's so awesome. I've never been anywhere near the Himalayas, and yet I feel so familiar with the Himalayan expeditions, all thanks to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Maybe one day I'll get there. I doubt it, but maybe one day. You never know, you know? Never say never. Except for when you're saying you never say no. Or you never know. And also when you're saying never say, you can say never sometimes, but never say never sometimes.
Not your dino, am I? I'll show you whose dino I am.
All right, let's climb aboard and remember, respect the power of the Yeti. What was that noise? Keep hearing sounds in the bushes. All right, check it out. About to load onto the ride. I think we're gonna be sitting in the very back. Best spot to ride. Not the best view, but definitely the most fun spot on the ride itself. Always get in the back.
Oh, where'd they go? I can catch them.
Oh, yes. I am ready. Ready to wash off the sadness with chills and thrills and screams. I love this part up here. I love the little temple. Hey, didn't you used to go to church here? Dude, the other day I saw a SpaceX launch while we were on this ride. It was fantastic. Let's see if the Eagle's working. The Eagle's never working.
Where are they?
Abrupt stop. No eagle in sight. And now, head forward, ride backwards. All the way backwards into the lair of everybody's mother-in-law. Ooh, you can barely see her from up here. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's happening. Oh, that's not the only thing. What is that thing? Disco Yeti! Oh my gosh. What was that? What was that? Where did it go? Oh my gosh. We just had some kind of encounter. What was that? We've got to check the photo. We have to find out what that was. Oh my gosh, whatever it is, it's in the picture. Wait a minute, is that a dinosaur? Allie, is that your dino?
Is it your dino?
That's not my dino. And if it's not my dino and it's not your dino, that's not our dino. Where in the world did that thing come from? And what the heck does it want? A new mystery for the Forbidden Mountain. So many unanswered questions.
What a hard landing. Where'd they go?
All right, well, the park is closing. I think it's time to make our way out. I feel a little weirded out, though.
You won't get away that easy.
Well, guys, I'm sorry to say it because it's been a wonderful day, but that's all we came to do, and now the park's closing, so it's all we can do. So make sure you hit the...
Finally, I caught you! Not your dino, am I? I'll show you whose dino I am.
Oh my gosh, what is it? What is it, Carnotaurus? What do you want?
What do I want? What do I want? No one's ever asked me that before.
Do you want to be our dino?
No, I don't want to be your dino. I'm nobody's dino. I'm definitely not your dino.
Well then, what is it? I mean, we'll do anything, right, Allie? Anything to make you happy.
Well, I guess, if you have time, how about one more ride?
Mr. Carnotaurus, that's a great idea! Let's go for it, guys! One more time! Well, I never thought I'd be back this way again, but here we are! Dino Land, USA, the Dinosaur Institute, and Dinosaur the Ride! One last time with our old pal, the Carnotaurus!
Oh, finally! And this time, I'm here with people who appreciate me.
Alright, nothing to it but to do it, friends. Let's do this again.
Come on, guys! Deck the halls with Carnotaurus! Sing a song with Allosaurus! Wait up, I have short legs!
All right, Carnotaurus, get ready to time travel.
Listen up.
Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Down in front, Carnotaurus.
Finally!
Restaurantosaurus. Warning. Meteor shower in range.
Just a little bit.
All you round.
Oh, the weirdest, best ride ever. One last time. Into the darkness, friends.
Tracking a big dino
Into
on
the
the scope.
darkness.
Could be
Hey,
ours.
it's
Computer,
you.
hold step. Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino.
Yes,
Go,
it
go,
is.
go.
Yes, it is. We having fun, Carnotaurus.
This is the greatest day of my life!
Four-wheel drive.
There he is! That's part of the ride!
Warning. Meteor strike. Taurus.
That's it. Abort mission. Brace yourself.
Yes!
They're not gonna make it. They're not
We're gonna make it! Greatest ride ever! Greatest ride of all time! Thanks, guys. I had a lot of fun. Best ride ever.
Oh, that was such a good call, Carney. What a great ride. All right, well, one last look, and off we go forever, bringing our dino with us.
Actually, guys, I think this is as far as I go. I think my place is here. As fun as it's been, this is goodbye.
Carnotaurus, what are you saying? Come with us. You can be our dino now.
Yep. I'm afraid it's goodbye forever. So long, suckers!
Well, I guess that's it. Off he goes. And now Animal Kingdom is closing, so it's time for us to get the heck out of here. Well, it may be over, but at least we'll always have the fun pics and the memories. Goodbye, dinosaur. I always thought you were weird and kind of strange. The first time I rode you, dare I say it, almost, borderline, kind of stupid. But it grew on me and grew on me over the years. We made tons of memories here together, and now even a friend. But that's the end of this Randomland adventure. So farewell forever to Dino Land, USA. Make sure you hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up so YouTube knows to show you some more. We've got links down below to social media and stuff, our hats, my book, our hot sauce, Patreon, our Facebook group, and more. And now that I've said all that, we've done all this.
We've done our duty. It's time to go home and
Sleep well.